Hi everyone, how's it going today? Today's class is going to be just some good old Pilates. We're not getting super fancy, we're not getting super complicated. We're just going to move. We're just going to have a good time moving today. So it's the weekend. Let's be good to ourselves and enjoy some movement together. We're going to come onto our hands and knees to start. And we're just going to start by doing a little kneeling hinge. So I'm just letting the bum cheeks go back and then coming up over top of those femur bones. So just nice and easy, lubricating through that hip joint. So that way, that hip hinge is going to become important, especially with some of the sideline work that we're going to do. So just finding that nice hip hinge, feeling what it's like to let the thigh bone move in that hip joint while maintaining that nice long spine. So ideally not going into this kind of rounded position while we do it, but thinking of the bum cheeks opening wide, letting those femurs sink. We're just going to do one more time like this. I'm on fists for this because my wrists don't feel great today, but you can absolutely do this on your wrists. We'll do a couple of cat stretches just to mobilize, deepening through those abdominals, letting the tailbone drop to the floor, rounding through the spine, heavy head at the end. Sliding the tailbone free, rippling through the spine, rotating those elbows back to get a little external rotation. And we do that again. Tailbone is dropping, deepening through the abdominals, rounding the spine. Wide bum, ripple through the spine, lifting up the chest at the end. One more time here. Tailbone is dropping, deepening as you round. Wide bum, ripple through, opening up through the chest. All right, we're just going to come onto our backs. All right. So as always, we will work in layers. Each exercise gets built upon to make it more challenging as we go along. If at any point one of the layers feels like it's too much for your body today, go down a layer. We're going to start by bringing the leg closest to the camera up into tabletop, finding that nice support through the core, and finding a little glute energy as we reach the leg out and pull it back in. This is layer one, out, and 3 more of these, and 2, and 1. Lower the leg down, other side. So again, we're just slowly building our layers up, getting that base movement down. And like I said, today is nothing fancy Pilates. It's just straight, good old-fashioned Pilates. We're not getting crazy complicated with our movements. We're just moving. And isn't that a lovely thing today? And down. We are going to add on, bring that first leg up. Taking my hand furthest away from the camera, I'm going to bring it behind the head, curling up and reaching the same arm as leg forward. We're going to do our first set of hundreds, half of it here, half of it on the other side. I'm going to inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale, reach the leg out. Inhale, pull it in, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 22, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 32, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 42, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, pull it in, lower the leg and the head and shoulders. Let's do the other 50 on the opposite side. Leg up, hand behind the head, curl up, inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale, reach, 3, 4, 5, inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 22, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 2, 32, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 42, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, pull it in, lower the head and shoulders. Next layer, you can go back to that one or you can join me for the full hundreds, legs going out on the exhale, pulling in on the inhale. Hands behind the head, exhale, curl up, reach those arms long. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale, reach, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. 22, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. 32, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold it there, switch the legs if you need to. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 72, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 82, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 92, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, curl, hold. Lift a little higher, deepen those abdominals, pull it all in, lower it all down, and bring the legs down. Moving on, back to that first leg, we lift it up to the ceiling, lowering it down and lifting it up. 2, and up. Let's do 3 more here. 3, 4, 5. Bringing the hands behind the head. We're going to keep that curl as we lift and lower that leg another 5 times. 2. 1 last time here. Maintain that curl. We're going to open the leg out, pull it into center. Open it out, pull it into center. So this is actually one of the layers. You can bring the head down if it's too much to keep it up. Last one like this, hold that. Hold the leg where it is, rotate towards it, and pulse for 5, for 4, for 3, 2, and 1. Bend that leg, bring it down, other side. Lowering down for 5, lift it up. And 4, lift it up. Checking in with that core support. 2, 1 more time like this. Hands behind the head, curl up, stay there as you lift the leg for 4. And 3. And 2. And 1. Keep the leg or the upper body where it is. Open the leg, pull it into center. It's not a big movement. Keep your pelvis really stable. 2 more. 1 more. Hold it, rotate. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Bend the leg and down. Layer 1. Layer 2, you can join me with legs in tabletop. Hands behind the head. And we're going to go into scissors here. Curling up, extend those legs up. Scissor the legs. And scissor. Scissor. So if you're doing single leg, you'll do about 8 of them. As we do ours here for 4, and 3, 2, and 1. If you're doing single leg, open the leg out to the side 5 times, or do your rotations. We're just going to pulse towards the leg closest to the camera 10 times, up and down, up and down, up and down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the legs, pull it in. Don't lower the legs if you're doing the second layer. We have to the other side. Switching your legs to the other side if you're doing the single leg version. Otherwise, let's go whack. And 2. Off we go. Breathing through it. Hold those abdominals in. 4, 3, 2, 1. Legs up. Rotate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 10. Bend and come in. All right, let's go into a little bit of hip lift work from here. Finding your neutral spine, pulling those abdominals in. Bum gets a squeeze, and we're going to lift the hips right up to the ceiling. Find that lovely hip hinge. Hinging at the hips, letting the tailbone lead the way as you come down. And coming up and down. Let's do 2 more like that, and then we'll build on it. Let's stay up here on the last one, holding that there, anchoring through the glute closest to the camera, bringing the other leg through tabletop to extension, lower for 3, lift it up, and 2, lift it up, 1, lift it up, pause, leg closest to the camera, hinge that bum to the floor, press it up for 8, 7. You can also bend the leg if it's too much to have it up in tabletop, or you can come down and do both legs like this, We've got about 3 left-ish, 2, 1, bending the leg, coming down, touch, and come right back up. Anchor into the leg furthest away from the camera, coming up through tabletop extension, 3 lowers and lifts. 1, 2, 3, hold it there, halfway down, pulse at 8, and 7, hinge, 6, trying not to roll through the back, find that hip hinge for 4, 3, 2, and 1, bend, down, hip hinge all the way down, nice and controlled. That's it for our hip hinges. We're just gonna roll right onto our side to go into our side lying leg work. So, as always, I wanna think of that bottom rib, just gently drawing up toward the ceiling. The best way to do it is take that top hand, place it underneath that bottom rib, take a breath in. And on the exhale, just feel how the ribs gently pull away from the hand. It's not that they fully disconnect, it's that they pull away just a little bit, or they get a little lighter. That's the energy you want to maintain in that rib cage. We're going to extend the top leg out. The hips are nice and square, going into our side kicks. Bringing the leg forward, pointing the foot as we engage the leg back. Flex, kick forward, and point, bring back. Out, back, out, and back. Let's do 4 more here. 4. Again, finding that hip hinge so my spine stays really nice and long and I don't start rounding into my low back to make the movement happen. We're going to hold it back there. Turn the leg out. Circle 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep those abdominals in. 7 and 8. Reversing that for 8 and 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Send both legs nice and long here. You can bring them forward slightly to the edge of your mat so you're like in a little check mark, or you can have that nice long straight line, which is going to be a little bit more challenging for balance. Hand down on the mat or up to the ceiling, your choice. Leg up, let's bring that bottom leg up to join it and down. So the top leg is going to stay exactly where it is, challenging my balance here, pulling those abdominals in. And 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. We're going to lower both legs together, lift them to neutral. Lower and lift. Lower and lift. 4 left here. 4 and 3, 2, 1. Then high range and lower. High range. So we're going a little inch higher and then back to center, a little inch higher and back to center for 4 and 3, 2, and 1. Find center, pause, bring the top leg forward, the bottom leg back, and switch, and switch, and switch. So we're still trying to maintain pelvic and core stability against a little bit of hovering movement here. The hand can be down if it needs to be. Let's do this for 4 and 3, 2, and 1. Bring those legs back together, lowering them down as 1, and going right away to the other side. So like I said, it's nothing fancy today. It is just good, straightforward Pilates. It's always nice to come back to this kind of work. Reaching the leg out long, checking in with the pelvis. Let's flex the foot, hinge at that hip joint, and engage the glute and come back. Hinge and back. So nice. Just to move. I hope all of you had a chance to move, get out of your space, get outside, breathe a little bit of fresh air as safely as possible. 2 more here. I've seen some very, pause here, turn the leg out, circles for 8. Some very creative masks, just in terms of the fabrics, just some really lovely patterns out there. If you're gonna wear a mask, make a statement. 2 and 1, reversing it. We're using community masks, so check out calm, and then unity. They're great. There goes my son crying in the background as he tries to nap. 2 and 1. And then we're going to reach both legs out nice and long. Reach the arm up if you want a little extra challenge, or down in front of you. We're going to lift that top leg, bottom leg only, lifts and lowers here. So yeah, we've been using the community masks, very happy with them. They also provide reusable filters that you can wash. So big bonus there. And 4, 3, 2, and 1. From here, we're doing our down and up, down and up, down and up. And let's do that for 4, 3, 2, and 1. We come up and center, up and center. 4 more, 3, 2, and 1. Coming back to center. Top leg comes forward, bottom leg back. Switch it out and switch, switch, and switch. It's not a big movement, but it's a nice movement. And 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring those legs back together, lower them down. Let's come on to our bellies. So if you're pregnant or it is not comfortable to be on your belly, you can do the arm portion of this kneeling. We're going to bring the hands out like goalpost arms. Nose is going to hover. We're going to just start with the arms. I'm going to bring my arms up to a hover and then back down. Slide those shoulder blades together and then release. Up and down, it's not a big movement. And 4, 3, 2. We're going to stay up there. Little pulses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Noses hovering, bellies pulling in. 9 and 10 coming down. Reaching the arms out nice and long. Noses hovering, bellies pulled in, glutes are active. Let's circle those arms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Reversing. 1, 2. So you want the arms a little lower on the angle than you think. Often I see you kind of ending up here. Send those arms a little bit on a lower angle, and then it'll be in line with your shoulder joint. 2 and 1. Pull them in. All right, we're going to go into some leg work. Again, if you are unable or uncomfortable being on your stomach, you can do this leg work on your forearms or hands and knees, as we are going to do some single leg work now. Pulling those abdominals in, the hands resting on the forehead resting on the hands. The leg closest to the camera is going to engage. We're just going to lift and lower. Find that glute to lift and lower. This is our layer 1, up and down, up and down. Let's do 4 more here. 3, 2, and 1. Hold it up there, open it up to the edge of the mat, pull it back to center. Try to maintain your hips on the mat and your pubic bone on the mat. So you don't want to start rolling off. And 4, 3, 2, 1. And down. Let's do the other side. If you're on your hands and knees, change legs as well. We come up 1 and 2, 3. So it's a little bit of glute work to help lift that leg. I want to try to keep my back really quiet during this. So that's where my abdominals are going to come into play. I don't want my pelvis to start rocking really forward and back as I do this. We're going to hold the leg up, open to the edge of the mat, pull it back to center. Open and pull it back to center. Nice, easy breath. You should be able to still have a conversation. 3 more. 2, 1, and down. If you're doing this on your forearms and knees, go back to the first leg. If you are on your belly, we're going to do both legs together. So I'm going to squeeze my heels together, my toes apart, so my legs are turned out here. Giving the glutes a big squeeze. I'm going to lift both legs together and tap them down. Lift and lower, lift and lower. We're going to do 4 more here, so single leg, 4 more as well. And 2, and 1. Hold it up there. Open both legs, pull them together. Open and pull them together. Same with the single leg, opening and closing the leg. 4 more times here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Lowering down. If you're doing single legs, switch the legs here. Double legs, we do a second round. Coming up, 1, 2, 3. Pull those abdominals in for 4, and 5, 6, 7. Last one here, 8. Hold it up there, open and close those legs. 1. Create the resistance for those inner thighs. 4, 5, 6, 7. Last one here, 8. Legs down. Push to a child's pose just to let that low back and the glutes release and relax for a moment. And then we will come on to our hands and knees. And up. All right. So moving into a little swim prep work. Again, I'm going to go into my fists on this one because of some tendonitis, but you are more than welcome to come on to your hands, or if none of that feels good, you can do this on your forearms. It's just not it doesn't flow as easily. I'm just going to give you that disclaimer on that. When you're ready, the leg closest to the camera will extend. Take a moment before we send the opposite arm out to check in what's going on here. Are your hips square? Is your glute active? Are you supporting through your stable leg, or are you sinking into that hip? You want to stand nice and tall on it. When you're ready, core is active, extend that opposite arm out, hold that for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to bend the elbow and the knee in, keeping the spine really nice and long, and then reach it out for 6. Bend it in, reach it out, 5. So here's my hip hinge really coming into play, because I don't want to round my back. That's a different exercise, and we'll get there in a minute. But I really want to think of reaching long through the glute as I pull that leg in. We have 1 more here. And then we're going to round the spine. So think of that cat stretch at the beginning. Pull those abdominals in, round in, reach out long. Scoop, pull those abs in, reach it out. In, and out. Get a little bit of balance challenge. Let's do 2 more. Last one, pull those abs in. Hold it out there, 5, 4, check in. Did you lose the stability on your leg? 2, and 1, pull it all in. Let's do the other side. So when you're ready, core is active, extend the opposite leg. Check in with yourself. Are you sinking into this hip? Are you rotating too much through the hip? That's where I tend to get into some trouble. So keeping those abdominals active, keeping the glute active, reaching the opposite arm out, holding that for 5. Push the floor away for 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend everything in, flat back. Keep that bum cheek wide, engage, reach. Wide bum cheek and reach. Feel like you're reaching your bum to the opposite side of the room as you pull that leg in. And then engage it as you reach out long. Let's do 2 more here. 1 more time. From here, we're going to curl it all in. Reach it out. Curl it all in. Reach it out. 3, 4, 5. 1 more time here. 6. Hold it. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pull it all in and sit yourself back. Let's just come to sitting. We'll do some nice rotation and side bends to finish today.
reaching the arms out in front of you. I'm going to rotate toward my window here. And as I look toward that window, I'm going to bend that window arm, keeping my head looking at the elbows. I reach the other hand toward you. Then back to center. Other side, turning my head into my apartment, rotating around. And back to center. And again. And center. Rotate. I like to use the image of spiraling up. As you rotate, you don't want to think of spiraling down. So rather than thinking of like a screw being screwed down into a board, think instead of like that really beautiful spiral ice cream. So you want to spiral up, that chocolate vanilla swirling together. And in, I'm in on a big ice cream kick these days, and rotate. And in one more time each side. Beautiful ice cream cone, swirling up. And center, let's go to a nice side bend. We're gonna come up and over. Nice big side bend. And up. Arm up, feel like you're coming up and over to create some really nice space in the rib cage. One more time on each side. Up and over. Last one here. Up and over. Excellent. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today was a really lovely practice. Again, nothing crazy fancy, nothing complicated, just some beautiful movement. So thank you for moving with me today, and I will see you all on Monday. We will be doing this on Monday, even with the holiday, because, you know, where are we all going? All right, mwah, have a great weekend.